All right. Hello and welcome. Joshua Fuchs here, USI, USA. Thank you for clicking the button. I don't know if you've got somebody on the phone, one of our associates on the phone, or one of my partner Jeff, or myself. But commend you for taking the next step and actually watching the overview. There's a lot of people out there that say they want to work from home and they want to create a home-based business, doing what they're doing, full-time, part-time, whatever, but they never take this step. So commend you for doing that. Give yourself a little round of applause. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to keep this as short as I can because I'm going to extend a live event, live overview event in your territory in Fremont, Las Vegas, Fremont area, July 26th that I believe you should go to. This is a quick overview to give you kind of a basic idea of what it is that we're doing, USI, and how you can be involved, and if it's something worth your while to actually show up to the event. So bear with me as I try to barrel through this and get you the information in a educational fashion, but also be quick about it. So what if you had, and I like to start out the presentation by asking a question to get you to think, what if you had $5,000 today? Now you might not have that. That's okay. But theoretically, as this is for demonstration purposes, what if you had $5,000 today and you invested it in some kind of, or stuck it in some kind of an account that pays you 4.5% per month? What if you decided, you know what, I've got this vehicle, I want to add $100 a month to it every month for 10 years? That number, my friends, is exactly what you would earn. That's what you would have accumulated over 10 years. 1.4 million. That equates to almost $71,000 a year for 20 years. That is huge. That is what we call massive arbitrage or compounding effect. Compounding interest, for those of you that understand it, is a Einstein actually quoted that it's the greatest gift to mankind. And I quite frankly back him up on that statement. Now, it can work for you in some circumstances, but 90% of the time it works against you. Let me show you how. Mortgages, auto loans, credit cards, lenders, a lot of them have it working against you. Take this house, for example. Say this is your home. You bought it for $250,000. You got a $1,200 monthly payment. After 30 years on a 30-year fixed mortgage, you would have paid a total of $432,000. Now, mortgages are typically pre-front loaded. You would think if my payment's the same, then I'm paying all the way to the very end. So that means 15 years, I've got half my home paid off. Wrong. It takes about 21 years to pay off your home. And I know this because I've been extensively in the mortgage industry for a long time, and I can tell you it takes about 21 years on an amortization schedule to pay off your home halfway because it's pre-front loaded with interest. That means they make all their interest up front and then they get their principal after the fact. Now, considering the average refinance terms is 6 years, they're making even more money because they don't have to fulfill that whole entire thing, and they're just pretty much making interest. Now, how do we get it to work for you? Well, that's what USI USA really is focused on, and I'm going to show you what that is in a moment, but you first must understand the basics of how we're doing it, which is through the use of cryptocurrency, also one of those cryptocurrencies known as Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin's had a lot of buzz out there over the last 6 months to a year, and you may have heard of it, you may have not. Well, if you've heard of it, hang tight, because I'm going to show a quick video for those of you that have not heard about it to give you a little bit more in depth of what Bitcoin really is. So let's play this video.
What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the first decentralized digital currency. Bitcoins are digital coins you can send through the internet. Compared to other alternatives, Bitcoins have a number of advantages. Bitcoins are transferred directly from person to person via the net, without going through a bank or clearinghouse. This means that the fees are much lower. You can use them in every country. Your account cannot be frozen, and there are no prerequisites or arbitrary limits. Let's look at how it works. Several currency exchanges exist where you can buy and sell Bitcoins for dollars, euros, and more. Your Bitcoins are kept in your digital wallet on your computer or mobile device. Sending Bitcoins is as simple as sending an email, and you can purchase anything with Bitcoin. The Bitcoin network is secured by individuals called miners. Miners are rewarded newly generated Bitcoins for verifying transactions. After transactions are verified, they are recorded in a transparent public ledger. Bitcoin opens up a whole new platform for innovation. The software is completely open source and anyone can review the code. Bitcoin is changing finance the same way the web changed publishing. When everyone has access to a global market, great ideas flourish. Bitcoins are a great way for businesses to minimize transaction fees. It doesn't cost anything to start accepting them, and it's easy to set up. There are no chargebacks, and you'll get additional business from the Bitcoin economy.
All right, so that's a very basic overview, but it's a good video, right? Gives you kind of an understanding of how Bitcoin works in simple form. And I just want you to know that Bitcoin is being accepted all over the place. Ferrari, Lamborghini, Subway, I believe Walmart's now actually starting to look at taking Bitcoin. You've got yeah, it's growing all over the place, and people are starting to accept Bitcoin everywhere. So it's important to engage, get familiar with it, and get a Bitcoin wallet. What is a Bitcoin wallet? Well, it's a digital wallet, just like Apple Pay or Google Pay, Google Wallet, whatever these are called. These are all digital wallets that actually you transfer money into US dollars, and then you can digitally pay by just scanning a QR code, right? And it pulls the money out. Very similar in the sense that Bitcoin wallet is a digital wallet that holds cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, some of the other coins that are out there. It stores it on the web for you, your computer, kind of like a virtual bank. So a lot of people right now are familiar with utilizing online banking. In fact, many people, majority of them out there now, that's all they do is online banking. And so it's become very popular, and it's the way we're heading into the technology is advancing so fast. This is where things are going. And since our financial system has not been redone in over 100 plus years, it's time for a new technology and something new to work in the financial realm. And that's where this is coming into. The cryptocurrency space is just that. It is helping us update and allow our banking system to work more appropriately. Now, the nice thing about the cryptocurrency space is that it's decentralized. It's the technology behind it that a lot of these governments are starting to really look at and go, wow, we should change our entire banking system to that. So Bitcoin Wallet allows you to send and receive Bitcoin as well as store it, use it as a wallet like you're just pulling cash out, and to be able to invest it in other things. There's total usability with it. Now, how do you get Bitcoin? You can buy or sell it through a Bitcoin exchange. There's many of them out there. We're not going to dive into those today, but once you decide you want to get started, we're going to get you set up with the right ones that can maximize your exchangeability and that are user friendly. So right now I challenge you to Google Bitcoin ATMs near me, because you should be a Vegas person. If you're not, do the same thing. Check it out, because what happens is you're going to notice there's Bitcoin ATMs around you that you may not have even known about. You're like, wow, there's a couple of them right around the corner. They're popping out everywhere. Why? Because you can go in, take your exchange wallet, go up to the Bitcoin ATM, scan your QR code, and it'll kick out US dollar cash equivalent to that Bitcoin amount that you wanted. Very cool. So you have userability with it and exchangeability. Now, another way to get it is through private sellers or brokers, which charge a fee from 3 to 20% of whatever you're buying or selling. Now, you're not going to typically do this unless you're buying or selling $25,000 or more of Bitcoin. So again, we hope that you eventually get to that point where you need a broker, and when you do, we've got brokers for you. Now, what is Bitcoin mining? It's basic. It's a process of finding new Bitcoin. It's validating transactions, right? It's validating transactions just like you have when you're managing your checkbook. You write a check to ABC Company, that check, that $100 gets cashed. They take the money from your bank account and put it in their bank account. Miners do the same thing. They validate transactions from person A to person B, and making sure that the money is being moved from one e-wallet to the next wallet, and that there is no duplication or fraud, if you will, in the sense of trying to take the same payment and making it twice on two different purchases. They secure the network and make it more secure by validating these transactions. So if you're a business owner, think of it like having 4 bookkeepers that all have to come to the same number, or they all got to start all over again. It's a great thing to have. Now, the one thing about Bitcoin is there's about 21 million ever to be released in production, ever. We're at about 17 million right now. And the only way to release new Bitcoin is through transaction activity from the miners. The miners who go out and mine through supercomputers, right? So instead of having picks and axes to mine for gold, supercomputers are breaking these codes and algorithms and matching it up and validating transactions. That's the new mining. This is the cryptocurrency mining. Now, what they're doing is they're validating the transactions, and sometimes there's a little fee associated with that transaction that they get a slice of. But the big piece of it is the system kicks out the extra Bitcoin that's not in circulation right now to the miners. So the miners are responsible for bringing new Bitcoin into the world. So there's about 4 million left that are in production that could be pulled into from the mining situation, you know, into the global realm of being used. And so it's important for you to understand that it's a $60 billion, it's reached a $60 billion market cap. Bitcoin has, and it's only growing. In fact, just last month it hit the all-time high of $3,000 per one Bitcoin. So again, it's something that you should be more educated on. There's some videos below this video. Once you're done watching this, I highly recommend tapping into them when it's more convenient time for you to do so. Now, what is USI Tech USA? Well, they're a company that actually is, I'm going to bring this over here. They're a technology company that develops automated trading software that's based around the Forex market. They've, over the last 8 years, with more than 100 software versions and characteristics they've developed, they've created all these testing. They've done all these tests on the software and have begun to sell these different softwares to various types of hedge funds and large banking institutions. Why? Because they're able to make money on their money. So when we bank with one of these large banks, they take our money and they trade it and they do other things to make more return on that money. They lend it out, they do things. When we deposit our money with them, it's no longer our money. They've guaranteed to give us our money, but it's no longer our money. They're using it somewhere. It's so fast we don't see when we try to take cash out at an ATM or whatever. It's there, but it's really been moved around a bunch of times. And so this company's a very high-tech company when it comes to creating software, automated trading software in the Forex market. What they've done is they've dummied it down and said, we want to offer this to the masses. We want to take the smaller mom and pops that can afford $50, $100. We want to be able to offer this to them and let them take advantage of this and let them prosper like the large banks do. So that's exactly what they've done. And if you'd like, if you click the Get Registered button below, you'll be able to see the website there. You'll be able to register and then you'll be able to click around and see what you want, because you can register with us for free. You don't have to pay anything to get started. However, we do recommend that you do, once we go through the BTC packages, invest in a couple BTC packages. You're going to purchase that product. So what can a BTC package do for you? A BTC package is nothing more than a contract that states you're buying a BTC package with 50 euro, which is at today's current exchange rate of a 1.14 exchange rate, you're at about $58 USD. So for $58, you could buy one BTC package that states we're going to pay you back over 140 days, working days, which is about 6 months. We're going to pay you back 140%. We're going to average between 0.8 and 1.25% per day on that payback. So what you're doing is you're leveraging their ability to go mine. They use your funds to go mine, and they promise to pay you back through that contract package. Here's what we're going to give you back for doing that. Now, the compounding effect works against you, right? We remember this. The mortgage, $432,000 is what you paid on $250,000. USI, because of their trading software, they've created an option to where it works for you. And I want to show you that with the BTC packages. So let's say you buy 12 BTC packages, which is equivalent to 600 euro, and at today's exchange rate, 684 US dollars. They have a feature that you can put it on what's called auto rebuy. And what that means is that you're taking the daily compounding effect, right, of every daily payment that they're making to you on your BTC packages, and you're telling the software to say, every time I've compounded enough to hit 50 euro or 58 US dollars, I want you to automatically buy me a new package. So what it does is it uses a compounding effect to auto buy these packages for you. So you can start stacking these packages up and accumulate even bigger paydays every day as the more of these that you have, because each package is paid out individually. They're not paid out differently. So they're paid out individually at roughly the same rate, 140% over 140 days, but you can track every single packages because if I buy 12 today and I get 6 in a week from now, those 6 are not going to be on the same. They're on day 1, whereas on these packages, these 12 packages over here that I first bought are on day 12, right? So they're going to be fully individual tracked, which is great. So let's take a look at the compounding effect real quick. Day 1, you've got 12, right? Day 140, which is half a year, you've got 46 BTC packages, roughly 2,600 bucks at today's exchange rate. After the first year, you've taken 12 and created 75. That is huge. That is so big. But wait, it gets better. Let's take a look. If you just continue to do this, this is not working the business side, being a rep, getting people to purchase BTC packages and getting your commissions. This is not adding more BTC packages. This is just taking your 12 and letting it go to work for you through the compounding effect. So 420, 6 months into your second year, now you've got 92. The end of the year 2, you've got 308 packages worth equivalent to 14,275. Again, this is all illustration purposes, but I want you to understand the compounding effect of what these BTC packages can do. Let's take a look at the year 3, and I know I'm cruising through this because I don't want you to be on this video forever. I just want to give you the basic idea and have you come to the live event. That's the key. So year 3, 6 months into year 3, which is day 700, you'll have accumulated 624 packages, about a value of $28,975. This is getting pretty flippin' cool. Now, the end of the year, you'll have accumulated 1,266 packages and have a value of almost $58,725. Excuse me. Now, how does this work? Why is it compounding? It's because, again, every day. So if I've got 624 packages, equivalent of $28,975, paying me over 140 business days, Monday through Friday, the dollar amounts paid to you daily are bigger now, so you're able to buy more packages per day. Eventually, you first start out with buying one package every week or two, and then it started to compound even faster, and now you're able to buy 1 a day, then 3 a day, then 10 a day, then 14 a day. So that's how this works to your favor. That's how USI has been able to create an automated trading software that does that and allows you to be able to compound this out. So very, very big. And I want to bring this up again, that what if you were just to start with 2 BTC packages, $114 roughly at today's exchange rate, and you did nothing for a year? You would wind up having about 10 BTC packages, and it would turn into almost $500. What if you left it there for 5 years? You can see my point, hopefully, that it becomes very impactful, very compounding. And the nice thing is this company's transparent. In fact, I want to introduce you to the CEO and the master distributor the 26th of July. Meet me there in Fremont, and I promise you'll see the bigger picture much more clear if you don't already. Now, here's a quick snapshot of how sharing and inviting works on the business side. If you want to be a rep, they have a rep program where you can say, hey, I want to run my own business. I want to be able to invite other people to invest and to buy BTC packages and use the compounding effect to their benefit. And for every person that does buy BTC packages, I get 10%. For every person that they bring in, I get 3%. Now, this goes down for 12 levels deep, and I'm not going to dive into that. That's a whole different ball game. But look at your commissions earned just if we focused on the people that you invited to do this. You get 10%. So if you decided to join us, but you didn't have enough money, right, to get started, you could start referring a couple people. Bring these three people to the event with you on the 26th. You could earn $205.20, which is equivalent to almost 4 BTC packages. You saw what you could do with 2 over the course of 5 years, right? This could be the starting point. It's up to you on what you want to do, but we're just here to show you the opportunity. Now, I'm going to wrap this up. Join us July 26th for our live event in Fremont. It's going to be amazing. You're going to meet the community. I'm going to introduce you to the CEO who's responsible for taking multiple companies public. I'm going to introduce you to the master distributors and some of the local USI Vegas community members that could be lifelong friends. You never know. It's just great to plug in and expand what you're currently doing. So, or do more than what you're currently doing if you're not doing anything. So with that, I'm glad you watched this. Thank you so much for staying. If you want to register for the live event, click register for the live event. If you want to join us, click join now. You can sign up for free. And then if you want to join, if you want to purchase some BTC packages, we'll be able to show you how to do that as well. We will definitely be in touch. With that being said, if you're excited and you want to call whoever got you on this video, please call them right back. Let them know that you want to get started, and then you want to take that $600 to $1,000 and get some BTC packages right away. And then we'll work with you on how to get some people to this event on the 26th. And with that, Joshua Fuchser, thank you so much. Make it a great day, and we look forward to seeing you on the 26th. Take care.